When we talk about digital literacy, Anis, is literacy for whom? Is it the person who's actually executing the transaction? Is it the government itself trying to spread a larger message? How does the person realize that there is a benefit, and there is a benefit despite the cost that one has to bear?
So it's all across. So one is, of course, the government. Right now, the onus of the infrastructure really lies on the government. So let me again take an example. USSD, Unstructured Supplementary Service Data. Now, this has been in existence.
Where you can make a payment on a normal phone, even if it's not a
Type a code
smartphone,
and you make a payment, right? How many people really know how to do that? Okay, how many people really know what the benefit of that is? And I'm talking about urban consumers here, not even the rural consumer. So spread of that information, I think, is extremely important. I think the National Payments Council, even the creation of the BHIM app, for example, is extremely, it's a good thing. But the question is, how many people have really downloaded the BHIM app? And if you look at some of the numbers, given the kind of SIM penetration we've had, those numbers are minuscule from that perspective. So again, it's a fantastic start, but someone needs to sustain that start going forward. And a lot of sustenance of that, to me, comes from the literacy aspect, which is training the consumer how to do it, training the consumer on the benefit, that you're going cashless from that perspective. It is to your benefit.
And why is it to my benefit?
Well, first of all, a lot of cash. Typically the reason why we see that cashless transactions elsewhere in the world succeeding. Okay, one is, of course, that part of the benefit is you don't have to carry that cash around. Secondly, from the government's perspective, that whole parallel economy question comes down.
So the government's perspective is pretty clear. I'm saying, why should I, as an individual? I know this is a question that's been asked many times in the last few months. But
I think as an individual also, there's a tremendous benefit in using this, and that's notwithstanding the fact that you don't have to carry bulky cash around. There's a tremendous amount of ease of doing a digital transaction, provided you do it correctly, right? Secondly, the record maintenance of transaction like that is much easier. But then again, Govind, I'm talking about the urban consumer, people like us. But really at the rural area, to change something which they've been used to, where cash is king, I think that transformation itself, that benefit, is a wholly different set of challenges.
Right. So, Ashish, what your experience here, and what are the factors that are driving this change, if at all, particularly rural India?
So, I would say that, currently, the current drive is more in terms of fact because of the non-availability of cash, right? So let me give you a few examples. Like if I look at an international remittance example, right? Because of paucity of cash, the merchants who were dispensing out on behalf of the principal agents did not have cash available with them. People came up with innovative products like putting it onto a prepaid instrument or putting it into your bank. Question is, how long will this sustain? The experience is, if the digital push has to continue, I would agree. The financial literacy part of it, the benefits typically need to be understood widely by the consumer and the merchant. And I would, again go back to stress that the merchant is the more important play in this, because that is where the play of the economy comes in. That's where the spend side comes out. If that avenue is built up in a larger measure, you would find that people will take on to the convenience, the security aspect of it, plus the fact that whenever they're moving around, it's a simple plastic or a thumbprint. You can have APS, you have UPI, you have plastic. So any form which does not require you to carry cash with you will only take off if all these measures put together come in, in equal force.